A new Apple TV is inching towards reality. Here is what will be new, what will it cost, and a few long-shot opportunities as well. Before I get too deep into the rumors and analysis, if you want to keep up to date with all the latest Apple news, why not consider hitting that subscribe button? I absolutely love the Apple TV. It's one of my all-time favorite Apple products. It's curious because a new model is long overdue, but at the same time, it's still an incredibly capable set-top box. I'm going to start by talking about the most likely rumors, some things that I'd like to see before covering the release and pricing. Finally, we're going to talk about some long-shot projects that Apple may be working on. The current generation Apple TV hit store shelves in 2022, and frankly, I still think it is the best streaming device on the market, as it should be with its higher price tag. Feel free to fight me on that one. But starting with the design, the new 2025 Apple TV will reportedly be thinner than before as Apple continues to optimize that hardware. Don't expect any new dongle design or anything like that. It will basically still look the same as it does now, just slightly thinner. Personally, I'd still expect two different models. One a lower end entry-level model, and then a higher one that has more storage, thread connectivity, and that Ethernet port. Speaking of networking, that's one of the bigger upgrades that we're going to see. Apple has been hard at work on its own in-house wireless chip, and it's first going to debut with Apple TV as possibly a new HomePod. This chip is codenamed Proxima and will support Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3, both big upgrades for the Apple TV. What's interesting is that these new Proxima chips will be quite powerful and apparently could be potentially used down the line to turn things like an Apple TV into a mesh access point in the future. Would you like Apple to consider bringing back its airport router line? There's been a lot of debate about this, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Aside from just a better wireless chip, what else will be going on a new Apple TV? Well, of all the things Apple has developed, there are a few things that have stood out as my favorites. HomeKit, love the smart home. CarPlay, can't live without it. And MagSafe. It's basically changed how I use and power my iPhone. My sponsor for this video, ESR, has lots of cool devices that you can pair with it, all charge using Qi 2 for up to 15 watts of fast wireless power. While at home, I've been using ESR's 3-in-1 desktop charger. It's very compact, so it won't take up much space on a small nightstand or a tight desk. The Apple Watch Puck, which is removable, by the way, with a USB-C connector on the end, supports fast charging, which is super helpful. Gives my Series 10 80% charge in only 30 minutes. The 15-watt Qi 2 charger also supports Cryo Boost, which is ESR's marketing name for active cooling. There's a near silent fan that will keep the temperatures down, which can then increase the charging speed. While away, try out the ESR Qi 2 battery pack, which has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery and an integrated kickstand, perfect for your watching TV on the go or making it through a long plane ride. ESRs get all the tech you need to make it through the day. If you want to learn more, there's a link in the description. Of course, a faster processor is in the mix. I know what some of you are getting ready to type into the comments, so let me get ahead of it. Yes, I know the A15 Bionic that is in there now is pretty darn capable. It's more powerful than basically all their streaming boxes, and I'd say overkill for streaming Hulu. But Apple TV does a lot more than that. For example, it acts as a home hub for your smart home and processes a lot of those commands locally. Even things like your HomeKit secure video camera feeds are analyzed on an Apple TV, and it can identify people, vehicles, packages, etc. This processing could improve with a better chip in there. And if you haven't tried it, I think HomeKit video analyzation is pretty terrible and it really needs some extra power. Then you have gaming. I know that's not a primary use case necessarily for an Apple TV, but Apple has been pulling in some major titles for the Mac and iPhone. A better processor for Apple TV could allow it to finally start landing some big titles that you could play on your TV too. And I love the fact that you can pair things like a PlayStation or Xbox controller with your Apple TV and use it. It would be nuts to play games like Assassin's Creed on an Apple TV and not need an actual dedicated gaming console. So which processor will it be in the new Apple TV? Code in iOS 18 uncovered by Mac Rumors referenced an unannounced home accessory that is running an A18 processor. That's the same one found in the iPhone 16. We don't know if that new home accessory is a new Apple TV or that rumored new smart display though. If you do want to learn about that new smart display, I have a whole video about Apple's new hardware and smart home strategy. I've linked it here, so please check it out if you're interested. Personally, I think Apple TV will at least have an A17 Pro processor, because that's the minimum processor needed for Apple Intelligence. When Apple Intelligence was announced, the new Apple TV or Apple TV was notably absent from the list of supported devices. That included your iPhone, iPad, and Mac. I think it makes complete sense that we see it arrive on the TV with the next version of the Apple TV. We start with Siri. There's this new version of Siri that is coming this spring with more contextual awareness. Great timing for a new Apple TV to potentially be released. It could improve by just being able to understand when you flub as you're speaking. Search would be much better, which is pretty terrible right now. There could be follow-up requests, like, what was that new Tom Hanks movie that came out this year? Okay, play that in Hulu. It would know what that is. It would also know more about you in general. Recommendations could also be bolstered with Apple Intelligence. I would love to see recommendations be far more accurate because sometimes trying to find something to watch is the toughest part. So, let's talk about some things that aren't necessarily rumors, but would make sense to see. For audio, I've seen so many people in the comments of my videos asking for DTS or DTS:X audio. Apple supports Dolby Atmos, but there are still those who want DTS. It isn't as widely used as Dolby Atmos, but it still exists. If Apple wants to be the end-all be-all for streaming boxes, I think it should support as many formats as possible. I could be mistaken, but I think Disney Plus even recently added support for this, so it is seeing some higher adoption. Next, the Siri Remote. I think the Siri button will change to an Apple Intelligence button, but it also needs better Find My support. The Google Streaming Box that I compared on the channel literally has a button on the back of it that you can press to make the remote beep. Apple has rudimentary Find My support for the remote, but it's terrible. It basically tells me, yes, the remote is in your living room, which is not that helpful. I know it's in the living room. Where? Is it in a toy box? Is it somewhere in a drawer that the toddler put? Is it in the couch? I don't know. I think Apple needs to add real ultra-wideband support and a speaker to make it easier to find. Personally, I actually use this Nomad leather cover, which has a holder on the inside for an AirTag. And I use this when I need to find my Apple TV remote. I can just ask my HomePod, find my Apple TV remote, and it just starts beeping. Super handy, and this needs to be native instead of requiring a dedicated AirTag. So when will this new Apple TV be released? Apple is apparently ready to release a version of this back in early 2024. Could have been delayed to help coincide with Apple Intelligence launch, or perhaps Apple just wanted to add more features before releasing it, or maybe to go with the new smart display. I don't know. Regardless, this could be released theoretically at any time. If I had to pick a window, this spring seems as good as any. It could be released with an updated HomePod 2, which has been recently rumored. Price-wise, the last Apple TV dropped in price from $180 to $130. Without major modifications to the design or features, I think Apple could drop the price again. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo agrees too, saying that $100 is the sweet spot for Apple and the target price for this new model. I mentioned earlier, but what I don't think we'll see is a low-cost streaming stick. This was an on-again, off-again rumor for years, but I think Apple has chosen its strategy here. It's the correct one. Apple TV Plus and HomeKit are available on other TVs and streaming devices, and then the Apple TV is the only way to get that whole experience. A $50 streaming stick just doesn't make sense, as it would be largely comparable to the smart TV interfaces already available. Google has already validated Apple's strategy by discontinuing its own streaming dongles, the Chromecast ones, in favor of the new pricier box. There's also been this long shot rumor that has been recently reinvigorated by Bloomberg that Apple is once more evaluating the thought of a full-size Apple-branded TV. While I love the idea, I don't think there's a shot of this happening. I think Apple would make an amazing looking TV without the need for a set-top box, and it would be running tvOS. But think how big these would be for Apple to deal with in its stores. And the margins on TV are kind of tiny, and you don't upgrade them very often at all. Plus, they've already got a lot of great TVs out there, whether you want a fancy Sony TV for the bedroom, projector for your movie room, or a Samsung frame one to go in your living room. I think Apple sees the future of TV in the Vision Pro, and that's the path it's going to pursue. They may be exploring it, but I still think it's just not going to happen. So there you have it. A new, lower-cost Apple TV with Apple Intelligence is likely on the horizon. I've said it many times that 2025 is going to be the year of the smart home, and the Apple TV is central to that plan for Apple. It's already great, and the biggest way it can improve is software, but we'll need a few hardware changes first. Let me know what you think of these rumors down below in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you all next time.